At least 70 journalists died while on the job in 2013. That's according to the nonprofit Committee to Protect Journalists. It's the third highest death toll since the organization began tracking journalists' deaths in 1992. Of the 70 who died, 44% were singled out for murder, 36% were caught in combat or crossfire, and the rest died while covering a dangerous assignment. Two-thirds of those deaths were in the Middle East, a region the group's deputy director described as a killing field for journalists. The ongoing civil war in Syria and the increase in sectarian violence in neighboring Iraq have made for especially dangerous conditions for journalists. And in Egypt, 6 journalists died, half of whom were on assignment covering the clashes that followed the overthrow of Mohamed Morsi this summer. Conditions there have grown more hostile for journalists. Most recently, Egyptian security forces arrested 4 men working for Al Jazeera over alleged ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. And in Syria, journalists face the growing risk of kidnapping. NBC correspondent Richard Engel and his crew made headlines a year ago when they returned to the U.S. after being held captive for 5 days. The Committee to Protect Journalists says in 2013 alone, 60 journalists were kidnapped in Syria, half of whom are still missing. The organization says for the first time in a decade this year, no journalists were killed for their work in Mexico. For Newsy, I'm Elizabeth Hagedorn, multiple sources, a broader view.